Hey everyone, and welcome back. You know, if you've ever had a killer idea for an app that got kind of stopped in your tracks by all the technical stuff, then you're going to want to hear this. Today, we're diving into some huge upgrades to the Pi App Studio. Upgrades designed to turn your ideas into reality way faster and easier than ever before. Let's get into it. Okay, so let's start with the million-dollar question, right? How do you actually build a thriving, buzzing ecosystem full of great apps? It's a massive challenge every single platform has to figure out: how to get developers excited to build and how to get users to actually show up and engage. And Pi Network's answer to that is actually pretty simple but really powerful. You empower the creators. Because a great ecosystem isn't built from the top down, you know? It's grown from the ground up by people who are passionate about what they're building. So the whole strategy here is to give them the absolute best and easiest tools to bring those ideas to life. So where do you start? Well, the first step in empowering creators is simple, but it's absolutely crucial. You have to make sure the tools are impossible to miss. You need a big, obvious front door, and that's exactly what this first update is all about. Now, this might just look like a small change on the screen, but the message it sends is huge. The App Studio used to be kind of buried away in a menu. Now, it's sitting right up there, front and center on the Pi desktop app, right next to the core stuff, like mining and running a node. This signals a major shift. Building apps is now officially a top-level priority for the entire network. And it's not just about where it is, right? The whole studio got a bit of a makeover. For the creators, it means they can now categorize their apps, which makes them way easier for people to find. And for us, the pioneers in the community, it means browsing for new apps is cleaner, more intuitive, and the interface for interacting with things like chatbots is just, well, it's a lot better. But look, making tools easy to find is just step one. The next big leap forward, and this is where it gets really cool, is making those tools smarter. Pi is now integrating AI to act as a creative co-pilot for developers, and it's designed to speed up the whole process, like, a lot. So what does that actually look like? Well, imagine you're a developer. You can use the AI to generate a unique logo from scratch. Then you can have it help you write engaging welcome messages for your app's chatbot. And you can even use it to make little tweaks and improvements along the way, all inside one smooth workflow. So what's the bottom line here? These AI tools give creators so much more creative flexibility, and they slash the development time. It means you can test new ideas, make changes, and polish your app on the fly without getting totally bogged down in all the tedious little tasks. Okay, so having great tools is one thing, but that's only half the battle, isn't it? You also have to connect the people making the apps with the community that's going to use them. And this next batch of updates is all about bridging that gap, making the whole ecosystem feel way more alive and connected. And the centerpiece of all this is the new app discovery interface. Just picture it. It's like a dynamic showcase right inside the App Studio, where everything the community is building is on full display. It's a place to see what's new, what's getting popular, and what's really pushing the envelope. And this is where the community gets to be a really active player. Pioneers can do way more than just browse. You can vote for the apps you love, and you can even stake your Pi to show support. That's kind of like a huge vote of confidence that also helps out the projects you really believe in. It gives developers amazing feedback and a real feeling of support from the community. And yeah, for the creators, this is an absolute game changer. It's not just a direct path to finding an audience for their app, it's also a massive source of inspiration. I mean, by seeing which apps are trending and getting votes, developers get a much better feel for what the community actually wants. Okay, let's pull all these pieces together. We've got easier access, we've got AI tools, and we've got a new discovery platform. What does all of this mean for the bigger vision of the Pi network? Well, the source material really hits the nail on the head here. It says that each of these improvements contributes to a more connected, functional, and participatory network. See, it's not about a bunch of separate features. It's about weaving them all together to create an ecosystem that is truly, genuinely driven by its community. When you boil it all down, the goal is to spark this huge explosion of creativity. By making it so much easier for people to create apps, the network can scale up what it offers. And by empowering the community to build, it can seriously boost the real-world usefulness of the entire ecosystem with all sorts of new innovative apps. So we end on this thought. By lowering the barrier to entry so much and providing these powerful AI co-pilots, the Pi network is basically opening the floodgates for a whole new wave of creativity. And it leaves us with a really fascinating question to think about. When the tools get this good and this easy to use, what will you create?